Hi, beautiful souls. This is Elena, and today's transmission is about shadow self. What is it? How we can integrate it? How it can empower us? How we can figure it out? How we can decipher it is the shadow self and not the inner critic, for example. So stay tuned and let's work with that. And what follows is a short guided meditation for integration. And I will make sure to post the meditation separately as well, so you can go back and do it again without having to figure out which minute it is. So, what is the shadow self? We usually confuse the shadow self with the inner critic. Sometimes, not always. So the shadow self is an inner voice that we have and actually prepares us for something. It is an extension of the higher self, but we usually dismiss it because it feels bad, mean, or it doesn't sound like a good advisor. And what is actually true is the opposite. Your shadow self has to do with subconscious thoughts, with unconscious things and situations we play out without even realizing. And it is all about the attributes of self that we have to bring on the light. And how we do that? The unconscious stuff come by observing yourself, what you have manifested in your life, what you have created, things that feel out of your control, and things that you would like usually to change. When it comes to the subconscious mind, the shadow self has to do with limiting beliefs that have actually occurred, created, or picked up through our childhood and even as adults. And they are actually creating our reality through limitations, obstacles, and limitations that we find not easy to actually work through. Now, there are moments that the shadow self is working with you, for you, through your day. And these short moments, it sounds like the inner critic. So hang in with me there to figure out how I can best phrase it. For example, you are an overgiver. The most easy example that comes to mind. And you give, and there's an inner voice that tells you to stop. And even judges you with the voice, what are you doing there again? Are you a dick? Are you an asshole? Why are you doing this again? You know that you are not appreciated, or there's no way you are gonna be receiving even gratitude back in return, or this person is mean, why are you treating them so well? And you will find a lot of these small voices coming up again and again, and you will feel agitated. And at the first steps of your awakening, you may even want to actually shut this voice up. At least I did. When there was situations in my life coming up and it felt like the inner critic, so I was judging, it felt like I was judging myself, but it wasn't exactly that. I had to stop that voice from coming up. And I was in the space of everyone is love and everyone is this and that and yeah, and let's do this, and they will see what I see in them, they will find their light, their passion, their path, and let me be there for them and blah blah blah. And I was, okay, this is exhausting, now you have to stop. And this voice was getting louder and louder when I was overgiving. And when I got to a point to say, I can't take it anymore, and this is not why I chose this path, this is not why I'm a healer, this is not why I'm a psychic medium. And usually you will find yourself with the shadow self in dark moments. Dark moments, I mean when we are going through awakening periods, okay? It's not about being something else. So don't be afraid of darkness. Darkness has a lot to give you, a lot to offer, as a period of change, transmutation, and all of these things. So when I found myself listening to this voice, instead of being too kind or too generous or too understanding, I actually transformed my life in a huge way, because I could create healthier boundaries, in the most effective way, and not only for me, for others as well. And it was hard at first. So the difference between the shadow self and the inner critic would be the after voice. The inner critic says, I told you so, and in a self-torturing way. I told you so, and why are you doing this? And see, you messed up again. The shadow self won't give this after judgment of things. After a situation has occurred, how you felt you were betrayed or abandoned again by someone, or actions that weren't appreciated enough, the inner critic will come and brag about it. While the shadow self will be in a space, let me show you again what you missed this time. And they will be there guiding you in a way, even making you feel that you are becoming mean and bad. And that's another indicator that you are working with the shadow self. So press pause in your life, start observing. There are things you are picking up, and because you pick them up, you may feel that you are too mean, because we have this saying that if you see that in the other person, you also have it within you, and you are also applying it to others in some ways and forms, which might be true up to a level. The fact that you may be with an expanded awareness in order to see what others do or how they take advantage of situations and stuff in your life, in others' life, it doesn't mean you also do it. It means that you have an expanded awareness and discernment to understand what is going on, if it is okay or not okay. So use that discernment, use the guidance of the shadow self, and actually feel that you are being guided by another part of your higher self. As I said at the beginning, the shadow self is actually an integration and extension of the higher self. Stuff that we won't listen from the higher self, because the vibration is different. We will actually listen to these things and stuff that show up through the shadow self. You will be able to see what people create or what you create through pain, through loss, through abandonment, through a wound that you have within you. And you will be able to change and transform yourself to the level you are listening to the shadow self. So depending on the growth, the step, the phase that you are into now, you are either connected with the shadow self or the higher self. How we can get to the enlightened phase? By integrating both of them. They are not separate, they are one. And they are one within you. So the more of the integration you do, the easier it becomes to feel complete and whole, with healthy boundaries, with an open heart, with an open crown and third eye, all of your chakras, and feeling okay to be you, confident and resilient. So I hope this clarifies a bit how shadow self works, how it actually happens for us. What are some phrases you may hear with that inner voice that are coming up? How to decipher when it is inner critic and when it is shadow self. There are times that this feels like a lot of judgment for self, for others, and you may feel agitation, anger are the emotions that are coming up. So instead of shutting up the shadow self voice, embrace it. Because this is the moment you will find more of your truth, more of your light, more of who you are, and you will be able to create healthy boundaries way easier. Even saying, no, this is not for me, or I would like to help you now, but I'm not in a space, or I will give you this, but in a couple of weeks, because now I don't have time and I don't have the energy for that. It is okay, when when we are in a space of pleasing others, again, for many reasons we do that, not just because the heart chakra is quite open, but also because we receive a form of validation through that. And we are actually in a space of believing that we will be accepted for who we are just because we are overgiving. And that's not the truth. That's not how it works. And it hasn't worked for anyone. If you check that with yourself, with friends of yours, What works though is you creating your boundaries. And believe me, when you get to a space to appreciate your shadow self, when you get to the space of appreciating your energy, your time, it gets to be more appreciated by others because they respond to your energy. And that's the easiest part. You create your reality by creating your reality within you. So whatever you create within you, it shows up outside of you. There are times that the boundaries have to be energetically applied in your system with a belief, with an emotion, with what is tolerable and not tolerable, and there are times that the boundaries have to be spoken out loud. And that might be hard at the beginning, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And this is where shadow self helps. It actually builds up your discernment. It helps you create healthier boundaries. It helps you actually integrate more of you by being you. And more of your truth, more of your power, more of your wisdom. That said, it is time for the guided meditation. So take a minute, relax with me. Just breathe and be in that space. And I want you to sit comfortably. If you're doing something, please stop. Just be here present with this meditation. You can do it with your eyes open or closed. It's easier to stay fully focused on this with eyes closed. And just breathe in and out as slowly as possible. And we are transferring now to one of my personal healing spaces, the Blue Pyramid. And I'm inviting you in to this Blue Pyramid. It's a healing space from galactic races that is helping us in many levels. And as we approach this Blue Pyramid, you may see shapes around the pyramid, but you also see a door. I'm walking in and welcome you in to this Blue Pyramid. So just relax and feel at home. This is my sacred healing space. And we will go to the center of this pyramid. It is quite vast, but cozy. You can look around for a second. If you see any shapes, there might be a message for you, an activation message. Feel the energy of this space. Make yourself comfortable. And as we approach the center of the pyramid, there is a bed where you can lay down. As you are laying down, if we are calling in your shadow self, it is a version of you that needs to be heard and seen. So they are coming closer and closer, and they are laying down in the bed beside you. And you feel comfortable with this version of yourself that is called the shadow self. Take a look at their face, the characteristics, their energy, feel their energy and vibration. get to know them, get to feel them, get to talk with them. I will step back and leave you some space to talk with each other and listen to them. They may show you different situations, recent or past, or even future. They will be explaining stuff to you or how they showed up so far in your life. So let them show you how they have showed up so far and what are the things they shared with you and why. You may have a lot of epiphany moments. Oh, this is you that was talking to me. Take this time and I will be back. as I'm slowly coming back to you, I want you to allow your heart to open up and feel the connection you share with the shadow self. Please let them know that from now on you will always be listening to that version of yours, the shadow self, that you will always be taking care of them by listening to them, acknowledging their presence, and knowing that they are guiding you to the next highest version of yourself. And as you are laying down in bed, both of you, I want you to feel that your energies are blending, that you are becoming one, that you are one and the same. And as this merging takes place, you feel whole, you feel seen and acknowledged, you feel loved and respected. And the light is coming down from the center of the pyramid, from the top of the pyramid, and illuminates this merging, this union, and that light represents your higher self. That is the third energy that is now being integrated into your whole being and brings a whole new alignment for you, opens up new paths, new doors to explore, and a new reality that you are ready now to create. Take a moment and feel all three energies that are becoming one in truth, in love, in wisdom, in respect. And how each of these energies are now one and guiding you to your highest path and your highest timeline each and every day for the rest of your life. Feel your heart opening up, feel the excitement of what's coming up next. And feel all the activation codes that are taking place now in your energy, in your system, vibrating in your physical body. And reground yourself now to the 5D Earth. And the central sun. Feel the connection. When you are ready, stand up, come and walk with me to the entrance of this blue pyramid and feel how much you have already changed. A piece of advice: be curious to see how you will apply these new energies from now on in your life. How things will be changing for you day after day. And as we walk out of the blue pyramid, I'm gonna kiss you goodbye. Know that this pyramid is available for you through this meditation, that you're more than welcome to do again and again, as often as you feel it, as long as it helps you to get to the next highest version of yourself. When you are ready, breathe in consciously. Shake your fingers. Breathe in again. Move your body. And feel the joy. Open your eyes. And see you again to the next meditation. With love, Elena.